What's up, y'all? What's up? Sorry, I'm a little late. I was being nosy. There was some stuff going down, and I was being nosy. I have my nose all up in what was going on. So, sorry I'm a little late, but I just here now. How's everybody doing? Good evening. I hope everyone had a wonderful Mother's Day, whether you are a mother or whether you were just celebrating with mothers. For those of you who have lost your mom, my prayers go out to you, and I hope that yesterday was not too much of a hardship for you. I had a bittersweet day yesterday. I didn't even tell Ebby about this, honestly. I talked to Ebby like twice, and I didn't tell her about it. I don't think I told her. Maybe I did tell her. But I spent the day with my mom and everything. After I got off live and stuff, I went and spent the day with my mom. And then as I was leaving, I found out that one of my really good friends, she's like a little sister to me. She's my sister's best friend. So she's my sister's best friend. She's like a little sister to me. We all grew up together in the neighborhood. Her mom actually passed away yesterday, and at home. And so they live like a block away from my parents. And so I spent a couple of hours over there yesterday as I was leaving to come back home. So yeah, it was a bittersweet day. So yeah, but Mother's Day is tricky and can be difficult to navigate. Yeah, it can be. It absolutely can be. And the older I get, obviously, the more and more people I know where it's a bittersweet day for them, So, and I know for my little sister, this is going to be probably a hard day for the rest of her life. I mean, she's a mom, but like you said, it becomes a bittersweet situation. So, but yeah. Thank you. I will definitely extend them to her. I haven't had a chance to talk to my little sister because I know she's upset, but I haven't had a chance to talk to her. We haven't caught up, so I've just been worried about her. But yeah, so yep. So that's what that was. But it, like I said, it was bittersweet because I did get a chance to spend. I've lost both of my grandmothers, so for me, it's a little bittersweet too. I love my grandmama. I mean, my mama. But I miss my grandma. So, But anyway, so we're gonna move on. I ain't gonna wallow in it. I came here for y'all to make me laugh and for me to make y'all laugh. So I ain't gonna wallow in it. Hi everybody. If I didn't speak to you guys, hey Lamone. Mwah. Hey boo. Hi everyone. We talked about the verses yesterday, but I am going to give you guys a little bit of an update. Okay, Lamone, that's a good place to start. I did talk about the verses yesterday, but if you missed the live or whatever, feel free to drop your comments in the chat, how you felt about it and all that good stuff. I do have a couple of updates. So, and you guys told me this yesterday. Somebody was telling me this yesterday that CoCo was having an anxiety attack because someone was killed at her hotel the night before the verses, and that she actually said in a statement, I want to say she said she actually saw the body, and it was very unnerving to her. And she said if it weren't even for her sons, she would not have come at all. She would have canceled the whole thing. And so yes, she said, you did see me looking some kind of way, at the here, let me read you the actual statement that she wait a minute, did I? Last night as I was prepping for verses, a lady was shot outside my hotel room. To see and hear the 4 shots, see her lying on the ground and all of the blood was unbelievable. Then I get to the venue and had an anxiety attack. She said it was a full-blown screaming, crying, hollering anxiety attack. And she said, had it not been for her sons, she wouldn't have performed at all. And so, she said, yeah, you probably did see me looking a little uncomfortable and, I wasn't in the best of moods, but that was the reason why. And I definitely can understand that. But I said that it looked like something was wrong, and some people was like, "Nah, that's just CoCo. That's just." But I said, "No, she looked uncomfortable." Now I thought it was, maybe the mouth. What's up, Blondie? I know where you been, girl. I'm glad you're here. Now I thought it was something. I didn't think it was something that deep, honestly. But definitely, I can understand that. Your priorities definitely shift when you are that close to a situation like that, and you have to see it up close and personal. And I think somebody was telling me that CoCo has dealt with anxiety in the past. So hold on. I'm sorry, Abby. I thought I told you. I'm sorry. See, that's Abby fussing at me, y'all. I thought I told you, Abby, because I talked to you on the way home yesterday, and I really thought I told you. I really did, but yeah. So yeah, it definitely looked like something was off with her. And like I said, I didn't think it was that deep. I thought it was just, like somebody said, a wardrobe malfunction or something to that effect. I really didn't think it was that deep. So I definitely want to, definitely send out that a big old hug to CoCo, and glad she went through it. The show must go on. In light of what she was dealing with, hey, I think she did a damn good job. Okay, they said that she went through something traumatic. Yeah, but I didn't know that they meant like last night. I thought maybe she just had something going on. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know she meant last night. But anyway, so definitely keeping that in prayer. So yeah, that was the update with that. But for those of you who weren't on my live yesterday, I mean, did y'all enjoy the verses? Now, have they announced the next verses yet? Because I feel like about a month and a half ago, they gave us this whole list of all of these they gave us this whole list of upcoming dates, and then they blacked out the names. So I feel like they have some verses scheduled, but they're not ready to tell us yet. Maybe they haven't locked it in. Maybe it's a wish list and they haven't really solidified it yet, but they blurred the names out. Like they gave us this whole schedule, but the only three we could see was Redman Method Man, SWV Escape, and Earth, Wind & Fire, Isley Brothers. So I feel like they have some on the horizon. But they either have not necessarily solidified it, or maybe, like I said, maybe it's a wish list and those people haven't confirmed or said they would do it. Lamont said, I will say though, although I'm team SWV Escape came, yes, they did. And I think a lot of people were shocked by what Escape bought Saturday night. I really do. I thought they were talking about her divorce. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you say she's been through something traumatic, I mean, that doesn't mean it was last night, I don't, Trey Leche, I don't like saying win and lose, because I really think, I know it's called versus, I get that. But honestly, I really think that it's just a spirit of, camaraderie. I don't like really getting into, round one, round two, round this, round that. Now, if you force me, my opinion is Escape one. But I really don't even like getting into the win and loss and all of that. Well, hello, Jonathan. How are you? You want a little getaway? I know that's right, sir. Well, enjoy yourself. I'm glad you dropped in to say hi. Enjoy your getaway, honey. Lord. A lot of people been giving, you know what? Yeah, Candy can't win. I swear Candy can't win. Lord have mercy. If Candy had sat there and not done nothing, y'all have been like, see, she ain't really had nothing to do with Escape. She be trying to act like she so this and so that. Boy, that Candy can't win. I tell you, she can't. I don't think, I definitely feel like, because my thing is, I don't think Candy was any more annoying than Tamika. As a matter of fact, I really think Tamika was more annoying. And I don't mean tiny Tamika. I mean the sister Tamika. I felt like Tamika was a lot. I felt like she was doing a lot. I felt like she was a lot. I felt like that ponytail was a lot. I mean, if we're going to get into that, I'm not shocked. Escape can sing when they want to, but Latasha does too many runs. I love runs, but hers are overkill, Lord. See, that's what I'm saying. Well, I already know how you feel about Candy Jonathan. I already feel. I already know how you feel about Candy, child. So I ain't even tripping off of Jonathan. I'm not surprised. One thing Candy has done is making sure she don't partake in some half-ass. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that's what Candy said. I feel like when they got invited to do the verses, I feel like Candy was like, "I'm only gonna participate if we're gonna take this serious and we're gonna show up." I feel like that's how Candy was, because Escape been rehearsing and they have not been playing with y'all. What the ponytail do to me? The ponytail ain't do nothing to me. What did the ponytail do to her head? But it ain't do nothing to me. Lord, not Candy voice bothers my soul. Boy, y'all just give Candy y'all just give her the blues, honey. I like Candy, but I don't think it was fair for some of the songs that they played. What you mean? What wasn't fair about some of the songs that they played? Yeah, Candy is definitely competitive. She don't play to lose. Now, that's one thing she don't do. She don't play to lose now. She don't like that at all. But we've seen that part of her personality on, Real Housewives of Atlanta, how, child, they could be playing a simple, remember when they were the kickball game, she was getting competitive. I said, child, you don't go sit down. I thought both groups did well, but did y'all hear CoCo? Jonathan, yeah, we just talked about that. We just talked about that. You came in late, but yeah, we did. We talked about that. Yeah, I don't know what songs you're talking about that weren't fair for Candy to play. I don't know what songs you're talking about. What up, Lock Queen? They use Candy and Tony's discography as writers instead of just Escape songs. But we're not gonna start changing rules. They've been doing that. They have been doing that for the entirety of the verses. Earth, Wind, and Fire pulled out Denise Williams because Maurice, she was one of their proteges and they produced her music. Don't do that. See, now we're gonna start making up rules because y'all don't like Candy. They've been doing that. They've been using, if a songwriter, if one of the people of the group wrote a song for somebody else, they did it with Philip Bailey. They did the whole solo song he did with Phil Collins. They did it with they put up Ron Isley, the Isley brothers, some of the songs they wrote for other people. They've been doing that, y'all. Don't do that. Hell, the whole Babyface Teddy Riley battle with songs they wrote for other people. They brought up Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson, and y'all don't start that. See, y'all just don't like Candy. They've been doing that. Don't get mad because SW ain't writing no damn songs. Tracy. I'm just saying, if we're gonna be fair, we're gonna be fair. Like, they've been doing that, y'all. And I get it. I understand that it seemed lopsided, but they've been letting them do it. They've been letting them bring. I mean, CoCo brought some of her solo songs that ain't had nothing to do with SWV. They did one of Latasha's solo songs that she did on her solo album. They did one of Candy's solo songs. I mean, it is. And Babyface said he don't do remixes. Listen. You know what? Dominique, you wrong. Dominique is wrong. Dominique said Tiny can sing. She gonna kill the prison talent show. Oh, that was, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this topic. That was it. That is all. I am done with this topic. I am done with this topic. Oh my gosh. I am stunned. I am done. That was hilarious to me. Whew, okay, moving on. That was funny to me. Yeah, that was funny. All right. Oh Lord, that was a good one. Said she gonna kill him in the talent show. All right, so When you see somebody just started following you on Instagram and you have to ask yourself why. Moving on. All right. So all right. So listen, we are starting DMX. His posthumous album Exodus will be dropping on May 28th. I'm sure it's gonna go triple platinum. I know I am here for it. I don't even give a damn what he's saying. I don't care if the whole album is him barking. I don't care. And they can just throw a good old prayer, because you know all the DMX albums had the best prayers. Listen. If you a deacon in your church and it's ever your turn to pray and you don't have nothing prepared, just pull up one of DMX albums and pull that prayer out and let him do the prayer for you. DMX has some good prayers. I don't know if y'all know his albums like that, but DMX has some good prayers. Okay. But his album is dropping on May 28th, so I am here for it. We know that he was in the studio. We know that he was working on an album when he unfortunately passed. So I'm sure it sounds like the album was damn near done if they ready to put it out, or they added some magic to it. You know, Swiss Beats probably been working 24 hours of the day, working overtime, you know what I'm saying, trying to get it together. So child, they will bring in, you know what? I feel like we're just living in a world of retro. I just happened to look up for a second, and they are doing the celebrity dating show game. Y'all remember the dating show from like back in the 60s and 70s? Now they're doing like an updated celebrity version, which my dumb ass will be watching. Anyway, so more information is starting to trickle out, honey. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? DMX gave us a good prayer on every album. I'm sorry. Every album gave you a good prayer. Boo for what? What we booing? Oh, we booing the celebrity child. So listen, Melinda Gates has reportedly been meeting with divorce lawyers since 2019 after ties between Bill Gates and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein became public. I'm going to read y'all a little bit of this. Although neither has confirmed what specifically prompted the split, there is speculation that the primary point of contention for Melinda Gates was Bill Gates' alleged dealings with convicted, I'm not going to say the word again, Jeffrey Epstein. A former employee of their charity, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, told the Wall Street Journal that Melinda Gates had concerns about Jeffrey Epstein that went back as far as 2013. With her concerns in tow, the 56-year-old philanthropist has been working with divorce attorneys since 2019. Sources allege that Melinda told her husband she was uncomfortable with Epstein after the couple met him. It's been reported that despite Melinda's concerns, Bill continued a relationship. The plot thickens. Now that is very interesting. Now this is all allegedly. We should do a live viewing, SMD. We should do a live viewing for the celebrity dating game. I think that's what we should do. But so that's all allegedly, but that definitely is very intriguing that first of all, to say that after she met this man for the first time, something didn't sit right with her is interesting. That's very interesting. And then to say that she told him, I got a problem with you hanging out with him, and Bill continued to hang out with him. Very interesting. Hey, Yana, you ain't missed a whole lot. We just gave an update on CoCo. What's up, Star? On CoCo. And El Teddy, you still in the bushes? Drop some eyes if you're still in the bushes. Is that why Melinda's adopted black daughter wanted to be? don't think that had nothing to do with it. I don't. Ace, Regina sent El Teddy a congratulations. He was just he's next to the man in charge in his state on the grand chapter. He's next in rotation at the. Yeah. Can you? How many people? Yeah. So send him a little congratulations. You know, he big wig now. You know, he big wig, Gina. Big wig. Anyway, I knew you could appreciate that. So, yeah, y'all, I don't know. The plot thickens. What do y'all think? I mean, do y'all think it's true? Do y'all think, right, that's Abby? Hold on. It's actually not Abby. It is Abby, but it's not Abby texting me. It's a group chat. Thank you, DMV. You're right. I need to put it on silent. She's texting me, but she's not. It's a group chat that she's texting in the group chat. I did, Abby. I turned the ringer off. I'm sorry. I turned the ringer off. But yeah, so what y'all think about that? Like, I personally, I'm not saying that I feel like that might be 100% of what's going on, but I also feel like that is too detailed of a story to just be a whole lie. I just feel like that's too detailed of a story to be a whole lie. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think? I mean, I know people can come up with some lies. I know people can come up with some complicated lies, but I mean, what y'all think? What y'all think? I think that was Steven Spielberg. But let me say this. I didn't know nothing about Bill and Melinda Gates. First of all, I didn't know nothing about them having no adopted black child. I ain't never seen them with no black children. But I thought that was Steven Spielberg as well, that had the black daughter that wanted to get into adult entertainment. I thought that was Steven Spielberg. Every time I get that ringtone, I feel I'm at brunch waiting for a drag performance. Yes, honey. Deborah Cox will give you a good moment, honey. What's up, L Love? Hey, boo. Yeah, so I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that, honey. That was a whole lot with that. Yeah, I think there's some truth to it too, y'all. Like I said, I'm not saying that the whole story is necessarily true, but I definitely feel like I don't think it's so much that she met Epstein and felt uncomfortable. I think she knew it was some bull hockey with Epstein and told Bill, sir, you might want to, because again, let's be clear. All this stuff wasn't a secret to people. You know what I'm saying? Whispers and things that are known when you're on certain, inner circles, people know what's up. So, Trey Leche say, listen, I know that's right. You say all the billionaires look alike, child. So I just feel like that because, like I said, some of that stuff you're sitting there and you're like, wait a minute. Like, everything wasn't like what we did not know. What's up, Trish? All of that wasn't stuff we didn't know. I mean, when I say we, I mean people in those circles. So I think she knew the rumors and knew the kind of person that Epstein was or alleged to be, and she didn't want no parts of it. And, and maybe Bill was, behind the curtain. You know what I'm saying? You read between the lines. Maybe he was behind the curtain. That's all I'm going to say about that. So I don't know. The plot thickens. It seems like the story is a little more complicated than, we just grew apart. I promise y'all, I thought I turned my ringer off. I really thought I had turned my ringer off. It ain't as, it's not, it seems like it's not as simple as, we just grew apart. It sounds like it's a little deeper than we just grew apart. Which I think. Sound like it's a little deeper to me. Anyway, we'll see, we'll hear, because again, where there's smoke, there's fire. oh, wow, Bill out here in these streets like that. I can't believe it. Bill seemed like he got something to hide. Well, I mean, I think because Bill Gates looks like a harmless nerd, and because he has this wonderful charity where he gives away millions and millions and millions of dollars every year, I think people forget that he has a very ruthless reputation. And he really, I mean, from a lot of accounts, is an asshole. Like, I think people, they look at him and he looks very unassuming, and he's got the glasses and the, the combed over hair, and he looks like a nerd. I think people forget let's not forget the United States of America sued Bill Gates because Bill Gates was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, Bill Gates, like, basically extorted other computer companies and threatened to put, like, he was the J.D. Rockefeller of the computer industry. And if you know anything about J.D. Rockefeller, either he threatened to put you out of business if you didn't do business with him, or he put you out of business. And that's what Bill Gates did with the computer industry. And the only difference between him and J.D. Rockefeller is that when J.D. Rockefeller did it, it wasn't illegal to create a monopoly. When Bill Gates did it, it was. And Bill Gates created a situation where if you bought a computer, you automatically had Windows. You had no choice. You didn't have a say in it. You automatically had that search engine. And so you had to buy the computer with that search engine unless you were buying an Apple product or Macintosh, right? And so the government sued him after so many of his competitors complained and said, he put us out of business. He threatened us and he put us out of business. I'm telling y'all, don't be sleeping on Bill Gates thinking he this nice guy. Bill Gates is ruthless when it comes to business. And I'm not saying he's right or he's wrong for it. I'm just saying, listen, don't let the wire rim glasses fool you. That's all I'm going to say. I don't like Bill for his explosive nature. He isn't as harmless nerd. He is exactly. That's what I'm saying. He absolutely is. You don't even have to read the court documents. Just read a synopsis or a summary of when the United States sued him. And even once the United States sued him, he didn't even want to settle. He was like, hell no, I didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't want to settle. Then the United States was like, sir, we sir. Wait a minute, hold on. What Trey Leche say? Hold on, let me scroll up. Is it true that Bill would vacation with his 70-year-old? Oh, I don't know nothing about that. See, I don't pay that much attention to their business. I don't know nothing about that. Right, but a lot of y'all, if y'all remember, those of us old enough to remember back when you used to buy a computer, the computer will automatically come with Windows. It automatically came with Windows. You didn't have to pay extra for it. Now, when you buy a computer, you may not realize it, but anybody who's bought a computer in the last maybe 10 years, the computers are cheaper, right? The actual price of the computers are cheaper, but what do you always have to buy? You have to buy some sort of search engine to go with it. Or internet browser. Maybe not search it. Maybe I'm using the wrong language, y'all. Y'all know I'm not a techie person. But an internet browser. You have to buy an internet browser now. And that runs you $300-$400 unless you know how to get it for free. That's another conversation for another day. But if you don't know how to get it for free, then you're paying another $300-$400. And so the price of the computer is cheap. But by the time you add in all the software you have to buy now, then it's right back up to the prices that they used to be. Operating system. Thank you, Nicole Stevens. I was using the wrong terminology, but y'all know what I'm saying. An operating system. But that's the short version of a long story about what happened. That's why the government sued Bill Gates. And as a result of that lawsuit, that's why now when you buy a computer, you have to buy an operating system because you are not forced to just take windows. Now, 99.9% of us end up buying Windows, but a lot of us end up buying Windows because that's the only operating system we've ever known. And it's the only operating system we've ever known because Bill Gates, at the beginning of this whole situation, made it that way. Like, most of us have never used any other operating system significantly. I'm not saying we've never tried, but significantly. And a lot of those other operating systems were put out of business. They never had a fair chance of really being successful because they got put out of business. Anyway, I say all that to say, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that Bill was out here doing things that his wife wouldn't want us to know about. That's all I'm saying. Who knows how to get a computer for free? Hit me up. Oh, okay. Hey, China White. No, now you get Windows, but you have to pay for Microsoft Office, which can cost over. Well, okay. I guess I was saying this. I guess that's what I was saying. Maybe I didn't word it correctly, baby girl. But that's what I was saying, that before, when you would buy a computer, all of that was already included in the price of the computer, and you just automatically had Windows as the operating system. I hate Chrome with a passion. Yeah, see? Anyway, I'm not a techie person, so I might not be using all the correct terminology, but y'all understand the point I'm making. I hope y'all understand the point I'm making. All right. Yeah, there are other operating systems. I mean, there used to be a lot more. All right. So, yeah, that is what is floating out there in the atomosphere. Wait a minute, what? I'm sorry. El Teddy, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you, El Teddy. If you're still in the chat, you know exactly what I'm talking about right now. I'm not doing this with you. That what you just dropped in the group chat. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. What did I just do? Okay. Now, this story sort of popped off. It is common knowledge that he told her before he would marry her that she had to agree to allow him to still date his ex once a month. Well, it ain't common knowledge to me because I ain't know nothing about it, but I don't really be paying him no mind either. So, you know. But I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know that was common knowledge. I ain't know nothing about that. Y'all teaching me, y'all telling me something new. Now this story was popping off while I was at work today, and I had to sort of kind of catch up to the story. I had to kind of read on it because I kept getting these alerts about the Golden Globes, and I kept trying to figure out what is going on with the Golden Globes. What's going on with the Golden Globes? And I heard some things here and there. So NBC is saying that they are not going to show the 2022 Golden Globes. They're canceled. NBC, it says that they just think that they're not ready, that they don't want to be a part of this organization that is, accused of doing the things that they're doing. Let me read you guys the story. This is according to Access Hollywood. So I'm gonna read y'all the story and then we'll talk about it. NBC announced on Monday that they will not be airing the award show next year following criticism of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, HFPA. So, okay, I'm not going to say the Hollywood Foreign Press Association again. I'm just going to say the HFPA, so y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? I know that's right. Baby girl said, listen, I'm on the West Coast. I live in Washington. I know what's up. I know that's right. We continue to believe that the HFPA is committed to meaningful reform, NBC said in a statement provided to Access Hollywood. However, change of this magnitude takes time and work, and we feel strongly that the FHPA needs time to do it right. As such, NBC will not air the 2022 Golden Globes, assuming the organization executes on its plan. We are hopeful that we will be in a position to air the show in 2023. Now, this was what kind of confused me because I was like, what they talking about? Let me finish reading y'all the article and then we'll see. The FHPA has been under fire in recent months. In February, the LA Times exposed a series of ethical lapses by the organization, including the revelation that there were no Black members of the 87-person organization. After the FAPA approved a new plan on Friday, including measures to increase members of color and place restrictions on gifts members could receive. Explain to me why there weren't already restrictions on gifts. The people of color thing we're going to get back to. But it seems to me like if you are in a position where you are voting for something, an award on the level of a Golden Globes, it seems to me like there should have already been something in place that limits the types of awards, the amount of awards, the price tag of award. Gifts. I don't mean awards, gifts. Like why? What? So you mean up until now, these 87 people that's a part of this organization could just get whatever people, movie producers and y'all know what I'm trying to say. The places where they make the movies, I can't get it out. They could just all willy-nilly just give whatever they wanted. Sure. However, some major Hollywood players were dissatisfied with the plan. Warner Media, Netflix, Amazon, and HBO all publicly condemned the organization and don't believe that their progress was meaningful. Scarlett Johansson also spoke out about FHPA, saying in a statement, as an actor promoting a film, one is expected to participate in award season by attending press conferences as well as award shows. In the past, this has often meant facing sexist questions and remarks by certain HFPA members that bordered on sexual harassment. It is the exact reason why I, for many years, refused to participate in their conferences. Studios, thank you, Xavier. That's the word I was looking for, child. I couldn't get it out. Now, interesting, right? That last part about sexual harassment, borderline sexual harassment, sexist questions being asked. Interesting, right? Let me read y'all this last part of this article. It's going to all make sense. The HFPA is an organization that was legitimized by the likes of Harvey Weinstein to amass momentum for Academy recognition, and the industry followed suit. Unless there is necessary fundamental reform within the organization, I believe it is time that we take a step back from HFPA and focus on the importance and strength of unity within our unions and the industry as a whole. So here's the thing. This organization wasn't started by Harvey Weinstein or anything to that effect. But they're saying that the fact that Harvey Weinstein vouched for, remember, we've talked about this before about how much of like Harvey Weinstein was Hollywood. He was. And I know we can criticize, we always want to criticize people like, Oprah and all these other people for these pictures with Harvey Weinstein and stuff like that. But let's be clear. Nobody did anything in Hollywood without going through Harvey Weinstein directly or indirectly. Nobody. Now we could sit here and we could talk about all the people who was a part of it. We could do that. But at the end of the day, nobody did anything directly or indirectly without coming into contact with Harvey Weinstein. You just didn't. You just didn't. And here we are, an organization that Harvey Weinstein legitimized an organization that we now are having so many problems with, to the point where NBC is saying, listen, we are no longer going to be a part of the situation. Now, here's my problem with stuff like this. My problem with stuff like this is nobody has a problem until it's public. Because what you're not going to sit here and tell me is that NBC Universal and all of these other studios and in HBO and Amazon and Netflix and all these other places, you're not going to sit here and tell me that you didn't know that there were problems with this organization until now. But now that the LA Times has done this whole expose and has shown all of the, basically pulled back the curtain and their slip was showing, now everybody want to stand on righteous high ground and talk about, oh, well, we're not going to do that anymore. But y'all been doing it. You're not going to sit here and tell me that y'all didn't know that out of 87 people on this board that got to vote for best picture and best this and best that, y'all ain't going to sit here and tell me y'all didn't know that there was no people of color on that board. And when they say people of color, they ain't just talking about black people. That means they didn't have no Latino people. They didn't have no black people. And if they might be talking about Asian people too. You got to find out what their definition as people of color is. But they ain't just talking about just black people. So what we're saying is that this is a board of 87 Anglo-Saxons. I'm getting upset that people are taking pictures with two people together as signs of co-signing. I just watched a TikTok of people accusing Donna Ross of molesting Michael because it's a whole child. But I'm saying, but that's what people do, because here's the thing: when you don't like somebody, you'll find something. Because people who don't like Oprah will be the first ones to talk about, well, Oprah didn't do this and Oprah didn't do that and Oprah this and Oprah that. And I'm like, because she took a picture with Harvey Weinstein, that means that she was complicit in all the shit that he was doing. She took a picture with the man at a Hollywood event. I'm just saying. They knew, but because Weinstein has been out of the way for a couple of years, they feel brave, right? That has a lot to do with it. That you're absolutely correct, Diamond Pearl. That has a lot to do with it. Could it be that viewing ratings for award shows have been, the ratings have been horrible? Like, I don't mean no harm, but NBC ain't really losing nothing. NBC ain't really losing nothing. They really not. NBC will make more money showing anything else that they will probably put on the night of the Golden Globes. NBC ain't losing no money. Nope. Money has to be behind all this. It always is. I wouldn't be surprised, Creative Diva. I wouldn't be surprised at all if there was money involved in this. I would not be surprised at all. Because again, like I said, this isn't something that just happened. It's not like last year they had like 5 members on their board who were black people and they all resigned out of protest, and now all of a sudden stuff is coming out. Y'all knew it won't no black people on that board. Now Tom Cruise wants to give back all 3 of his Golden Globe awards. Sir, go take several seats. Don't nobody care about you giving back them damn awards. Go take several seats, sir. Several. It's starting to get to that point, Trey Leche, because they were talking about how low the ratings were for the Oscars, the Grammys, like all of the award shows, the ratings are low. But you know why? Because honestly, it's no longer really about the awards. It's really just about the performances. And because, again, when we were kids, I know I always talk about when I was a kid, y'all, but when we were kids, outside of a music video, for most of us, that was the only time we got to see people perform. I mean, we had the explosion of music videos that, in the 80s, and it rolled through the 90s. But with the explosion of MTV, outside of that, you couldn't just willy-nilly see people whenever. Now, I mean, if I'm a Beyonce fan, I got DVDs of Beyonce performing. I got videos that's on YouTube of Beyonce performing. I got 20,687 videos of Beyonce performing. Like, even somebody as, like Beyonce, who doesn't do a lot of, TV and stuff like that, award shows and stuff anymore, it's not exciting. Like, y'all remember when Michael Jackson performed on the Apollo 25, that was the first time he did some of his solo stuff. He performed with his brothers first, and then he did his own thing. He did Billie Jean, and that's when he did the moonwalk and all that. I remember staying up to see that. Like, I remember my mama letting me stay up late, special permission to stay up late to see Michael Jackson perform. Why? Because the likelihood that I would get a chance to see Michael Jackson perform live, even though it was through the TV, it was still live, it was slim to none. You know, once a week we had Soul Train, you know, but for the most part, it was different and it was new and it was something we look forward to. I mean, I still remember, and y'all gonna laugh at me, but because I love me some Sheila E. When I tell y'all I love me some Sheila, like to this day I love Sheila E. Like I love Sheila E. And I still remember Sheila E. performing on America. I had it on tape. I had taped it on VHS, and I used to watch it all the time. Sheila E. performed on the American Music Awards, and she had them damn glow in the dark drumsticks. And while she was performing, they cut the lights off, and all you saw were them drumsticks, and they changed colors. Like, that was some shit. But I had to watch it, get it on tape, and then watch it over and over again. Y'all know what I'm saying? I could probably find that performance on YouTube now and watch it as much as I want to. Right, now we got the summer mini concerts, and I mean, it's just it's saturated now. So I feel like a lot of stuff that we used to look at award shows for, and yes, I think a lot of people, well, I'm gonna say this, Diamond Pearl, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think that's new. To say that the award shows is biased, that's not new. I think our consciousness about them being biased is new. I don't think the fact that the award shows are biased is new. The fact that we still have Black performers that are the first in their category to win this category shows that this isn't new, that this been biased. It ain't new. Our consciousness about it is different, in my opinion. Remember how big it was when Michael Jackson made a surprise appearance? Right. Like all of that stuff was an event. And so when you saw the American Music Awards were coming up, first of all, I feel like they advertised for 2 months. And then you would hear a rundown of who was going to be on the American Music Awards. It was like, what? They going to do what? It was a big deal. What's up, Trey Leche? I do air drum solo in my mind whenever I heard Sheila E's go. Okay. Yeah, I love me some Sheila E. I don't care what nobody say. That's my girl. Love her. Sheila E is on my list. She is right under Holly Robinson Peete on my list. I know at the top of my list is Whoopi. But Holly Robinson Peete is like in my top 5. I feel like she only got beat out by Michelle Obama in the last few years. But if you asked me 5 years ago, she probably would be number 2. I love me some Holly Robinson Peete. But Sheila E is in my top 5. She is. Exactly. Remember that Golden Michael Jackson would debut his videos on prime time, and we would be sitting there watching. Remember, MC Hammer did it. Y'all remember? Y'all gonna have to listen. Y'all gonna have to walk with me on this one. I don't know. This gonna let me know who in my age group for real. Do y'all remember MC Hammer had like a 30-minute extended video for one of his albums? And I remember it came on like BET or MTV. It came on a Saturday night. I'm going to tell you, I remember it was either Friday or Saturday night. I know it was the weekend. Because me and my friends stayed home to watch it. And as soon as it was over, we went out. We had like a party to go to. But we stayed home to watch that shit. And I remember it was MC Hammer and it was all his people. You know, he had all the different groups that were under him. And it was like an extended, like a 30-minute long video. Like Michael Jackson did with Smooth Criminal and Thriller and stuff. MC Hammer had one. And it debuted on either BET or MTV. And that was when, you know, MC Hammer was, you know, the top of the top. You remember Patty Duke? See? I know who, yeah. But that's what people used to do. And like you said, they would get primetime billing. Try to get, for the exception of maybe a Beyonce, who else y'all think they would give a 30-minute window to like that primetime to debut a damn video? Maybe Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift could probably get it too. Taylor Swift. Beyonce. It was MTV. Okay, see, I knew some of y'all was gonna remember. It was MTV. Okay. And that's when MC Hammer was, you know, the shit. And I remember, because I remember all I remember from that, because I don't remember hardly none of it. I just remember they were going to this club called Choices, and they was like, Choices, yeah, Choices. And the only reason why that sticks in my head, because me and my friends started doing that all the time. Yeah, BET gave it to her. I'm talking about Michael Jackson would debut on like NBC. But Janelle Monáe did get that. I ain't taking nothing away from Janelle Monáe though. I ain't taking nothing away from Janelle Monáe. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, I don't know, y'all. It'll be interesting to see the full backlash. Again, I think the layers, I think NBC knows some more stuff coming down the pike and they trying to get ahead of it. Because I refuse to believe that NBC is taking the Golden Globes off because of this. Because that ain't nothing we didn't already know. And usually when they agree to do better, that's enough for everybody to be like, well, they said they're going to do better. Okay. So the fact that they said they're going to do better and they even came up with a whole plan and NBC was like, yeah, no, that's not good enough. I feel like there's more to this story. I feel like there's another shoe that needs to drop somewhere. I feel like there's another shoe waiting to drop. That's how I feel. Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like there's another shoe waiting to drop. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me, everybody is just chasing Michael Jackson. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You can't be mad at people following a blueprint that worked. He created the blueprint. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with people follow. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But yeah. So there's that. All right, let's jump into a little bit of this. Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we're gonna talk a little bit of Pose. Okay, I'm not gonna do a spoiler alert on Pose, so if you haven't seen Pose, don't worry about it. And my review will be up in a little bit. I watched it. I just, it came on that. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all now. Y'all probably ain't never gonna get Pose, for this little run on Sunday night because it come on at 10 and I gotta get up and go to work in the morning. So y'all gonna get Pose on Monday. I watched it last night, but by the time I got done watching it, child, y'all got Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, if Pose was coming on at 9, y'all might get it. But the fact that it comes on at 10, which means that by the time it go off, even if I watch it in real time, by the time it go off, it's 11. Y'all probably ain't gonna get Pose. Y'all just not. I'm sorry. I hate to be the one that y'all not gonna get it. But listen, it wasn't a whole lot with this Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's just hit a couple of the hot spots. First of all, let's just be thankful that the season is over. That's it. That's all. Last night didn't really give me nothing that I didn't already have. I don't feel like last night gave me anything I did not already have. I don't feel like any new information was revealed. I feel like they tried. Listen, Marlo and Kenya are trying their damnedest to put Candy in this bullshit. And Candy said, nope. What you won't do is put me in the middle of this. I don't know, Eagle fan. You two be tripping sometimes. Oh, I'm just reading what y'all. I'm reading the comments. That's the Avon link. Y'all go ahead and get y'all Avon. Mother's Day is over, but Father's Day is coming, and there's some good stuff on there for daddies. We got cologne and shaving kits, and all kinds of little odds and ends stuff for daddy. Y'all go on and check it out. Y'all go check out that for some stuff for daddy. I just had to throw my little plug in there. But I didn't really feel like they was giving me nothing new that I didn't already know. Like I said, I feel like they spent the first 20 minutes of this episode talking about Bolo and who slept with Bolo. And at this point, either you believe Portia did or you believe Portia didn't. But I promise you, I don't care no more. I barely cared when it happened. I damn sure don't care now. Creative Diva, I don't know. They very rarely make public announcements about who got renewed, who got a contract until after the reunion is over. So now that the reunion is over, the speculation will begin as to who's coming back, who isn't coming back. And, something that they said and we've seen happen over the last couple of years, people may not get a contract and then end up getting called back. People may get a contract saying one thing and then end up getting bumped up. So we'll see who does and who doesn't. I've heard all sorts of rumors, but I don't know anything for certain at this point. I don't know anything to be true or anything for certain at this point. So I feel like they, and like, Kenya's explanation of, well, y'all are at work and we were in the cast house and it is what it is. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Because let's be clear, stuff happens all the time after the camera stop rolling on these cast trips that we never hear about, we never find out about, or if we do find out and hear about it, it's at the reunion or it's after the fact. For this to be something where they said it was a wrap, the cameras left. Yes, there were still cameras in the house and all of that. But stop acting like that's never happened before, where stuff happens off camera or when the cameras aren't rolling, especially on these cast trips, because they're together 24/7. They're together 24/7. Cameras ain't filming everything. And trust me, stuff goes down when the cameras ain't around. I ain't even mean to rhyme. And that's not just for Atlanta. That's for all of these housewives shows. All kinds of stuff happens after the cameras are done and go home. And the ladies are drunk and running around these places when they get these Airbnbs or stuff like that. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they was in a whole chateau down in the south, down damn near France, the south of France last year. And they had all kinds of stuff going on that we did not find out about until the reunion. Now, it wasn't as deep as somebody sleeping with somebody, but all kinds of stuff. Listen, Drew, okay. There are some people that don't need to do reality TV. Drew is one of them. Kelly Price is number 2. But yeah, Drew, and even at the beginning of the season, I liked Drew. But by the end of the season, I was like, if she don't go sit down somewhere, if she don't go sit her butt down somewhere. I don't think Portia did it, but because she is single, she is carrying the load to cover for someone else. Now, somebody said that in my comments that they think it was Tanya, that Portia is taking the heat for Tanya. That might be true too. That may very well be true too. But I feel like, and again, for the purposes of making good TV, sure, it was a salacious headline. It had all of us going, it did what it did. But at a certain point, I'm like, I felt Kenya was just going way too hard. Way, way too hard. Way too hard. Yeah, Shantae Moore didn't do too well. And I love Shantae Moore. I absolutely love Shantae Moore. But yeah, that wasn't a good look for her either. Yeah, they dragged, they really did way too much with the whole Bolo thing. They did way too much with the Bolo thing, child. I don't know. Drew, I don't know. Drew, Yeah, that whole thing with the Prophet and LaToya, girl, when she wanted them to pray first, I said, girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere. Girl, you've been sitting here acting a fool for all this time. Now you want to pray. Girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere. And then they had this whole thing at the end with Portia and Kenya's story. Don't nobody care about why they not friends? Don't nobody care about why they not friends? And Marlo was doing way too much trying to create a moment. And Marlo, even was throwing Candy. And Candy was like, what? Y'all, it was too much. It was too much. I don't know what they're going to do for next season. But I do think, I honestly, I'm going to tell y'all this. And y'all may not like what I'm getting ready to say. I don't think there are going to be any major shakeups for next year. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel like they're going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt because of what they had to do with filming through COVID. Because if you've noticed, even Andy said it last night at the end of the reunion, I don't think people understood how hard this season was for us to film and everything we went through. If you've heard Candy talk about it on her Speak on It, you've heard Marlo. Everybody keeps harping on how hard of a season this was to film and how they think they did okay considering everything they had to do to film this season. So I feel like they're not going to make any major, I'm not saying there won't be any changes, but I don't think there are going to be any major changes this season, because I think that they are going to give them the out that, oh, well, we had such a hard time filming. That's my 2 cents now. I don't know if I'm going to be right, but that's what I think. I went back and watched the last season of Ready to Love. I think they need to go back to the format they need. They leave too much out. What format? You talking about last season when they were at the resort? Is that what you're talking about, C. Golden? Because, see, last season was my first season, so that's the only format I know. Right. I mean, do I think that something went down between LaToya and the Prophet? I do. But do I think it's my business? I don't. Do I think that makes him this horrible, unworthy man? No. I mean, does that make him a man of God that maybe made a mistake? Sure. But do I think that makes him a horrible person? No. I mean, other things might make him a horrible person, but I don't think that one act alone makes him a horrible person. Yeah, sensibility speaks. And honestly, okay, so for somebody like myself who watches a lot of reality TV, even before I started reviewing shows for reality TV, for YouTube, I can see it in all of my shows this season. All of these shows are having horrible seasons. And I can't help but think that the common denominator, I feel like the common denominator is what? COVID. I just really feel like that's what it is. I feel like the common denominator for all of this is COVID. I mean, Married to Medicine season ain't all that explosive. Now, people could say, oh, but they got rid of Quad and they got rid of Mariah, and that might be a factor. But overall, their season ain't all that explosive. Hell, we ain't even had a real Love and Hip Hop season. The Real Housewives of Dallas wasn't all that interesting. I mean, I like Real Housewives of Dallas, but they won't giving us a whole lot. Yeah, I heard that rumor, Xavier. I'm gonna have to do some more investigating. I heard about it, but I ain't had time to really investigate it before I got here. But a lot of these reality shows, No, I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with that, Xavier. I think that Love and Marriage Huntsville season was good because they have some real drama. They have real drama. Like if you take the Holtz out of Love and Marriage Huntsville, what would we left with for this second part of the season? If you take Melody and Martell's drama out of it, what were we really left with? Letitia whining every week about nobody likes her and nobody came to her event. If we take the Holtz out of Love and Marriage Huntsville, there's nothing there. Maurice getting his law degree and Kimmy's son graduating and not having a job. Letitia and Marceau building more stuff. And don't get me wrong, it's all great stuff, but there's no explosiveness to it. If you take the two of them out of it, there's nothing left there for this last season. Nothing. Even the side stories were connected to the Holtz. And Bell Collective, I think that Bell Collective had a good first season. But if you look at the congruency of the season, remember how we would sit here and say that certain things didn't make sense and the way certain things were filmed, it didn't make sense. A lot of that goes back to having to film around COVID. Now, don't get me wrong. Love and Marriage Huntsville is a good show. But a lot of the reason why it's a good show is because they got real drama. Like, it's not produced bullshit storylines. Them damn Holtz. You know what I'm saying? But again, don't get me wrong, it was a good season. But that's why it was a good season. For me, I'm speaking for myself. I don't know. I think Martell fell out with his baby mama at this point. I don't know if he cool with anybody, with his wife or his baby mama at this point. I don't know what's going on with Martell, child. And I don't know if Melody is gonna be on this season. I don't know if Melody's gonna be on this season. Listen, that's what need to come out, sensibility. One of them 20 women's need to come up. Miss Wanda need to find one of them 20 women's. That would listen. Miss Wanda need to find one of them 20 women's. So Pose was good last night. And like I said, I'm not gonna give y'all any spoilers. I feel like what they're doing over these next couple of episodes, I feel like they're giving us everybody's story. So last night was I keep wanting to call her by her real name, Mother Electra. The divorce is final, Abby. The divorce is final. But hell, they giving just as much drama now that the divorce is final as they was when they was divorcing. We got her story. You know, we picked up bits and pieces. We maybe made some assumptions, but last night we were able to get Mother Electra's story, and it was a good story. And I think some things were explained. If you go back to the beginning of Pose started off with Blanca leaving the House of Abundance and starting her own house, and you see Blanca. You could see Blanca at the beginning of the first episode of Pose being frustrated with the house, being angry, feeling like she the only one pulling her weight, feeling like she the only one doing anything. Candy and Lulu off on the side, cackling, you know, Angel and the Bobbsey twins being too cute to do anything. Like, you saw the end result of what we saw last night. And then we spent a whole season and a half, really, I guess the whole first season, with Electra and Blanca, Electra just hating Blanca. And even Blanca saying, listen, I don't hate you. I still love you for what you did for me. And even when we as viewers were like, why is Blanca putting up with all this shit from Electra? Even once we got their backstory and found out how they met and how she became a part of the House of Abundance, you still didn't understand the full gravity of it until last night. And you understood that Electra's venom towards Blanca was really hurt because Blanca was her favorite. Blanca was her favorite, and Blanca was the one that no matter what else, she was the one that she could rely on. Listen, like most mothers know who's who and what's what. They know which kids is reliable, which kids they can call when they need something, which kids are just gonna look cute, which kids are gonna lie about, you know, whether they went to school or not. Like, she knew, and Electra knew. But Electra knew, but Blanca was the responsible one that she could rely on. And she was her favorite. And so when Blanca left, it hurt. I think we understood it. But you saw it last night. You saw it. You saw it. But I don't even think that was it, Xavier. I think she was hurt. I mean, yeah, she saw her as a competitor, but I think she was hurt because Blanca was her favorite. And out of all of the people that she probably expected to leave her, I don't think she ever thought it would be Blanca. I don't think she ever, much less the first one. Blanca was the first one to leave. You know, after Blanca left, and other people left. But Blanca, nobody left. And it was almost like Blanca broke the dam once Blanca left, and everybody was like, oh, we can leave? We don't have to stay here? You know. So it was a good episode. And it looks like next week's episode, we're going to get Pray Tell's story. So I feel like, and then in last night's episode, we got the phone call from Lulu, and it sounds like Lulu is going to be in some stuff. So I feel like we're going to circle back around to Lulu. We may or may not get Lulu's backstory, only because We don't have that many episodes left. And I don't know if Lulu's character is large enough for us to get a whole episode like we got last night, and like it looks like we're going to get next week for Pray Tell, because it looks like we're going to get a whole episode of Pray Tell and his backstory. So I don't know if we're going to get a whole episode of Lulu, but I definitely feel like we're going to circle back around to Lulu. And listen, y'all, I think we might lose Lulu, honey. I don't know if Lulu going to make it. Lulu ain't sound too good on the phone last night. I don't know if Lulu gonna make it, y'all. Yes, Miss Candy was back. It was good seeing Miss Candy. And you know what else was good about last night's episode? All of the references to what we know of the first 2 seasons of Pose. Like Candy and that damn hammer last night. When Mother Electra said, you got your hammer, and Candy was like, oh, so now I can have the hammer, right? And so I thought that was cute, because we know Candy was known for that hammer, honey. And then, what was it? It was something else. When Candy and Pray Tell, when Candy was walking, and Candy said something smart to Pray Tell, and Pray Tell was like, "You still don't know how to. You still talking back, right?" You saw it. You saw the banter that we knew later on. But so it was good to see Candy last night. It was definitely good to see Candy. Of all the characters seem like they'll have sad endings. You know what? I don't think so. I don't even want to say it like this, because Lord knows I don't want to be wrong. I think we're going to walk around. I think we're going to end the show with the core cast. I do think we're going to lose somebody. I think somebody's going to die. But at the beginning of the season, I thought it was going to be Pray Tell. I don't think it's going to be Pray Tell anymore. I think the show is going from the trailer, and I know you can't go, trailers can be deceiving, but somebody looks like they get married, and I think it's Blanca. I think Blanca ends up marrying the doctor. It looks like it looks like at one point they're doing a wedding. So I think Blanca ends up getting married. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I foresee happening. I feel like Blanca's gonna get married to the doctor, right? Especially after last night's episode. If y'all ain't seen last night's episode, y'all know what I'm talking about. But I think we're gonna get a epilogue at the end, and I think in the epilogue, Blanca dies. Like, I think it might be like a 10 years later or 20 years later, and we might get an Angel and a Poppy talking about Blanca being dead. You know what I'm saying? But I see it's either Angel and Poppy get married or Blanca and the doctor get married. Like I said, at the beginning, I would have put, I think I even told Ebby this, I thought it was Pray Tell. Just from and I know that the trailer looked obvious that it was Pray Tell, but I really thought it was Pray Tell. But I thought we were going to lose Pray Tell or Blanca. Now, I don't think we're going to lose them in the show, but I do think there'll be like a 10 years later, flash forward type situation. And I think that they'll be gone. What's up, Quintessential? Yeah, that's what I see happening, honestly. I do. I feel like Blanca starts getting sick again and they do the wedding. Like, you know how they do on shows. She's dying, but we want to go ahead and let her get married. I feel like it might be something like that, where Blanca starts getting sick again, like her T cells starts dropping or something like that. I feel like it might be something like that. And then, he wants to hurry up and marry her, and of course we know that, gay marriage wasn't legal then, so it would be more of a symbolic ceremony than an actual marriage. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we found out about that last night too. It was nice to see a not as glamorous Angel. Wasn't that cute? Because at first it took me a second. I was like, is that Angel? It took me a second. I mean, I but it took me a second to see she was not the Angel we know now, Yeah, I feel like that's something they just put in there for the purposes of how they introduced the three of them last night, you know. But yeah, it was definitely a good I thought it was a good episode, personally. I thought it was a really good episode. I liked the fact that they're tying up some loose ends, some storylines. You know, this is my thing. I feel like the one thing that I hate is when a series is ending and they give us no conclusions. And I feel like Pose is doing that. I feel like Pose is giving us endings. I feel like Pose is giving us the full circle. We may not like all of the stories that they've given us. And again, the Damon situation was unforeseen. That wasn't written that way. It was a circumstance situation. So it's unfortunate. But so we won't get that conclusion. Because I'm going to tell you what I really wanted. I wanted Damon to go back home. I wanted Damon to have some sort of showdown with his family, with his parents, so he could be like, and I went to college, and I graduated, and I've been touring the world with Madonna. Like, I really wanted, or Janet Jackson, whoever the hell he was on tour with. Like, I really wanted him to have that moment with his parents. That was just the petty in me. And I know that most kids don't go back home. I know most kids don't have that closure. But I wanted that for Damon. I ain't lying. I wanted that for Damon. Yeah, well, Empire, to be fair, that wasn't how Empire was supposed to end. Empire ended like that because of COVID. That wasn't how Empire was supposed to end. Although I feel like we had maybe two seasons too many of Empire. I feel like Empire should have ended 2 seasons before it ended, and maybe we would have been fine. But neither here nor there. To be fair, that wasn't how Empire was supposed to end. Yeah, exactly. So Jeff, like that's how the show started, was Damon and his parents. So I really wish that Damon could have got that, that circle back around moment. But I mean, again, we definitely understand why we didn't get it. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to get off of here. I want to thank you guys for being here. Please make sure that y'all are checking out. Y'all going over there to Avon and get y'all some Avon stuff, honey. Y'all going over there and buy y'all some stuff. Y'all find it. Listen, it is not too late to get you some Skin So Soft. That's all I'm saying. It's not too late. And with that being said, I'm about to get out of here. Y'all will get Pose tonight. I'm gonna try to get 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After tonight. Don't know what else y'all gonna get, but those two I'm gonna try to get y'all. Other than that, I will talk to y'all later. Peace.